Tom woke up to the familiar sound of his alarm clock blaring. Groggily, he reached out to turn it off but found his hand missing. He blinked, rubbed his eyes, and glanced around his room. Everything seemed normal, his posters, books, and the blue walls he had always admired. Yet something was off. Tom swung his legs out of bed and tried to stand up, but his feet felt odd, like he was walking on air. As he looked down, his heart skipped a beat. There were no feet to be seen. Panicking, Tom rushed to the mirror. His reflection was absent. He stumbled back, almost falling over, and tried to calm himself. "It's a dream," he told himself, shaking his head. "I must be dreaming." He pinched his arm, but the sensation was strangely absent. In a panic, Tom raced down the stairs, bumping into walls and nearly knocking over the coat rack. He could hear his parents in the kitchen, talking about breakfast. Tom needed to tell them something was wrong. "Mom! Dad!" he shouted, but no sound came out. He tried to make noise, knocking over a chair in the process, but his parents didn't seem to notice. They continued chatting and eating breakfast as if nothing had happened. Tom felt a pang of frustration. He needed to understand what was happening. He tried various things, slamming doors, dropping utensils, but it was clear that he was completely invisible. He decided to experiment by slowly moving objects, watching them float through the air. Hours later, Tom was exhausted. He felt lost and frustrated. Desperate, he picked up his phone, and to his surprise, he could see the screen clearly, though his fingers were invisible. With trembling hands, he sent a text to his best friend, Max, explaining his predicament. Minutes later, Max arrived at Tom's house. Tom observed him walking through the door, his eyes wide with concern. Tom tried to get Max's attention by making noise and moving objects, but it was still futile. Max, puzzled and concerned, began searching the house, following the odd occurrences. Finally, Tom picked up a book and let it fall in front of Max. The book landing with a thud caught Max's attention. "Tom, is that you?" Max called out, looking around the room. Tom knocked over another book to confirm. Max's face lit up with recognition. "Okay, if it's really you, let's figure this out together." With Max's help, Tom discovered that the invisibility might be temporary. He recalled the science experiment he had been working on, an old chemistry set he had been tinkering with, trying to make a potion of invisibility for fun. Tom hadn't thought it would work, but it seemed he had accidentally ingested something he shouldn't have. Max suggested they revisit the experiment. Together, they went to Tom's room and analyzed the mixture. They found a note in Tom's handwriting, stating the ingredients and instructions. After carefully following the steps to reverse the process, Tom hoped for the best. With a final gulp of the antidote, Tom waited anxiously. Slowly, his visibility returned. He looked down at his hands, now visible, and let out a sigh of relief. Tom and Max laughed about the bizarre adventure, and Tom felt a sense of gratitude for his friend's support. Although the day had started with confusion and fear, it ended with an unforgettable experience. Tom learned to never underestimate the unpredictability of science, or the value of good friends who help you through the strangest of circumstances.